Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli, back with another review video, and yes, of course, the Harry Potter review marathon is still continuing. Now, yes, that's right, we've come to the 5th installment, and, you know, year 5, I should say, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. So still, things still start to get dark, etc. The story of the 5th film. Now in his 5th year at Hogwarts, Harry, once again played by Daniel Radcliffe, learns that many in the wizarding community do not know the truth of his encounter with Lord Voldemort. Cornelius Fudge, Minister of Magic, appoints his today Dolores Umbridge as defense against the dark arts teacher, for his fears that Professor Dumbledore will take his job. But her teaching is defensed, I think is how you say it, and her methods cruel, so Harry prepares a group of students to defend the school against a rising tide of evil. Yeah, so, especially since this takes place a year, a year after, well, and, you know, sometimes these movies, you know, they would be, like, released, like, they would skip 1 year of being released and so on. In this case, you know, Order of the Phoenix, it came out 2 years after the last film, The Goblet of Fire, and then, once again, 2 years later, after this, The Order of the Phoenix, we would get the Half-Blood Prince, and from there on. But anyways, so since this takes place after, you know, 1 year after the Goblet of Fire, the tournament, and so on, and with the death of Cedric Diggory, Harry still dealing over Cedric's death, and, you know, we once again get the return of, say, you know, the Dudleys, you know, and especially because we see that, you know, well, Dudley, he's grown up and such. I said Dudleys. You know what I'm talking about. And especially because when Dudley was just, you know, insulting Harry, just really getting to him, you know, about, you know, where is your mom, Potter? Is she dead? And, you know, that's when at one point, as they're running away, because the skies are getting dark and something's happening, and it's not Harry's doing, Dementors show up, and they like, are starting to suck out the souls of Harry and Dudley. And Dudley, okay, since, you know, Harry's uncle, aunt, and, you know, cousin, they know about the wizarding world, they're still technically muggles. There are those muggles that do know about the wizarding world, but, you know, they're still muggles. You get my point. Hey, the same goes for Hermione's parents. They know about the wizarding world and that she's a wizard and so on, but they're still muggles. So, yeah, so Dementor is attacking Dudley, and, you know, even though Dudley has been horrible to Harry, and the same goes for his, you know, aunt and uncle, hey, still family, and he does save his cousin. And then there was this, like, this old lady, who is familiar with the wizarding world. Is she even listed in the cast? I don't even, I wish she was, like, you know, but, you know, as they're, you know, telling Harry that, you know, put his wand down, they might, you know, like, oh, no, don't put your wand down or they might come back. And, she knows about Dumbledore, and, you know, that's when a little bit later, Harry receives a letter from, the Ministry of Magic that he's been expelled from, you know, Hogwarts. And I just love it. Vernon, with his teeth closed, you know, justice. I just love that. You know, at least for Vernon, he had some, you know, funny moments in the way he would talk, you know. Anyways, you know, and Dudley being taken to a hospital, and, you know, just Harry, just, you know what, because he had been through so much, and the fact that he's now expelled. However, members of the Order of the Phoenix, they come to rescue Harry, and we, of course, get the return of Mad-Eye Moody, once again, played by Brendan Gleeson. We have the actual Mad-Eye Moody, you know, aside from what happened in the last film where Barty Crouch Jr. disguised himself as Mad-Eye Moody, so. And we get some new characters. Kingsley, played by George Harris, and, I almost lost her. Yeah. Tonks, played by Natala Tina. Yeah, and Tonks was a pretty good character. Not to mention, of course, Tonks and Remus, they are together near the end, in the last few films, And with Tonks, like, she can, like, change her hair color and, like have, like, animal, like, mouths or something. We do see that a little bit later. And that sequence where they're flying through London, great music. I love that scene right there. And, of course, with the Order of the Phoenix, because everybody's there from Remus, the Weasley family, and Sirius Black, once again played by Gary Oldman. And I didn't really talk about that much about Sirius Black in my review of The Prisoner of Azkaban. Sirius Black, and of course being played by Gary Oldman, Sirius Black is a great character. And the fact that, because, even though that it's unfortunate that he was framed for killing Harry's, for telling Voldemort the whereabouts of Harry's parents, even though it wasn't him, him being the godfather to Harry, he was such a warm and caring and sweet guy, and it's like he was like a second father, I guess you could say, to Harry, basically. Also, like, there's this one, is he a house elf? Because he looks a little bit different, or if he's something else, I don't know. Creature, he serves Sirius Black. Sirius Black is his master. Yeah, and with Harry going down to the Ministry of Magic, we see that on screen for the first time, and, Dumbledore, of course, helping Harry, not be expelled, and, the Ministry is refusing to believe that Voldemort is not back, and, which, yeah, just, I don't know I mean, they didn't even bother listening to Harry. How do you explain Cedric's dead body, then? You get my point. Of course, what's-her-face? Dolores, played by Imelda Staunton, if I'm saying her last name right. I'll give the actress this. She's a great actress, and I can tell, she is a sweet woman in person, in real life, I should say. And her performance as Dolores, oh gosh, I do not like this character at all, and I bet everybody else doesn't, but she plays it so good, a character you love to hate, but I hate this character, so... she does horrible things during Hogwarts, and, it's just, yeah. And I have a feelings, though, that even, like, later on, when she would appear again, like, obviously, she's working alongside with Voldemort, I guess you could say, and with the Death Eaters. And also, new characters that do step in. Of course, we have Luna Lovegood, played by Ivana Lynch. Luna is a pretty good character and one of the best. Her personality and the fact that she can see things, too, that Harry can see as well, Like those carriages that move by themselves, well, there's actually these black, like, winged creatures that move them, so, also Harry teaching, of course, the students, how, wand practice and so on. And also, this one other character, I guess, yeah, that kind of falls for Harry at one point, played by Katie Long, Cho Chang. Yeah, I think it's her. Yeah, and, although I'm pretty sure, I can't remember. I don't think so. Well, even if it would show, the whole cast, but anyways. And also, a few things that happened in the Forbidden Forest, like, Hagrid with this giant, I forget the giant's name, and the horse slash men, like, creatures. We see them we see a lot of them, and one of them of course did appear in the Sorcerer's Stone, as I established. Especially, we get the return of, once again, Lucius Malfoy, and new villain, of course, and part of the Death Eaters, Bellatrix Lestrange, played by Helen Bonham Carter. Gosh, her performance as Bellatrix, it's amazing, And Dumbledore, popping up here and there, of course, and Warwick Davis, once again, playing the professor with glasses, and who's most notable, like, being a conductor and so on. And even like, say, you know, Dolores being so horrible to, like, a montage of what she's doing in Hogwarts, even measuring Warwick Davis's character. Oh my gosh. And at one point, her kicking out Emma Thompson's character, Sybil, from Hogwarts, but I think it is established, and, you know, she's not being banned from Hogwarts, you know, being fired, that is. Snape as well, like, Snape kind of helping Harry with something, you know, concentrate, and telling Harry, your father was a swang, or whatever he said. And we do get a bit of flashback, what Harry does to Snape. We see a flashback of Harry's father just bullying Snape, basically. And to speed things up, because, you know, Dumbledore at one point almost being sent to Azkaban, but with his bird Forks helping him escape. The secret hideout was discovered, you know, because of Harry and the students learning how to, you know, their wand practice and so on. And that one line that Kingsley says, you know, to the minister, you know, after Dumbledore escapes, Dumbledore's got style. Yeah, hey, it's Dumbledore we're talking about. He's not wrong. Eventually, Dolores is defeated when, you know, Harry and Hermione, they take her straight to the Forbidden Forest. The Horsemen, they've got her, and they all go out to the Ministry of Magic. They come face to face with the Death Eaters, Lucius Malfoy, and that ball. What was that? What was the purpose of this crystal ball? I forget. But eventually it does break, and even when, say, more members of the Order of the Phoenix step in, Tonks and, you know, Sirius Black, Mad-Eye Moody, and at one point, Bellatrix kills Sirius Black right in front of Harry, and he gets taken away by that, whatever the heck it is, and, you know, Harry just almost about to kill Bellatrix. Voldemort shows up, and Dumbledore and Voldemort having a wand battle. It was really cool, and, you know, some of the lines they give, you know, it was foolish of you to come here tonight, Tom. You know, by which time I'm, you know, gone, you shall be dead. I think that's what he says. You know, Dumbledore does manage to stop and defeat Voldemort, and he kind of tortures Harry, and Harry having visions, you know, and Harry does eventually fight Voldemort, and the Ministry of Magic does show up, and they see Voldemort right before he disappears, and that moment where, you know, where the minister says, he's back, and he realized just how an idiot he was, basically. You know, he didn't bother listening and until now, and eventually afterwards he did resign, as from what I can tell. The movie did end nicely, of course, even though a lot had just happened, you know. One last bit of dialogue between Dumbledore and Harry, and same goes for Harry and Luna, and everybody going back to the train station, going home, and one last shot of the castle, and boom, the movie ends. And a nice bit of music playing. So Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix, it's not one of my favorites, I'll be honest. I'm not saying I hate it. It is good. It is a good Harry Potter film. And I'm definitely going to give this, 8 out of 10 stars. I'm giving this an 8 out of 10 stars. And what about you guys? What did you think of the Order of the Phoenix? Let me know in the comments section. Leave comments and give this review a like as always. And let me know what you thought of my review. So, with that being said, again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of the Order of the Phoenix. More reviews coming your way. They're gonna be awesome. Keep looking forward, and I'll see you guys in the next video/review. 3 more to go. Up next, the Half-Blood Prince. Take care, and peace out.